Welcome to the In Season podcast, rated R for language.
None of us are doctors or neurologists. The things you're about to hear are opinions of people living with epilepsy or seizures. These are firsthand experiences. Epilepsy can cause speech problems, and the medications are hard to pronounce. So please bear with me.
Epilepsy can cause bad memory, so some stories will be repeated. I'm Pookie. Get ready.
Wait, you did the dissolving in water, like put the pill in water and drink the water?
I tried it today. Yeah, I was my pill. It's 750 milligrams of Keppra. So it's a little big, and I kept finding myself like getting like stuck kind of in my throat. While it was trying to go down, it would like get caught sideways. And today I did it. I was like, I Googled it first to make sure it was safe, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna let this pill sit in water for like 30 minutes, and then I'm just gonna chug that water. And it didn't taste bad. It actually did not taste bad. No, sorry. Yeah, no, Angel, it wasn't that bad. Pretty flavorless, actually.
No, I just meant the Keppra. Yucky.
Oh.
Yeah.
I asked that once upon a time, like, would you put the pill in the water and see if that worked like that? And somebody was like, no, that sounds like it wouldn't work. I don't want to have a seizure or risk it. But I'm going to ask you how it goes later.
I tried it this morning and I've been feeling fine. Yeah.
So, Brandon, you don't want to kill anybody when you're on Keppra?
Well, so for the first, I've talked about this before on the stream. Definitely for the first like 6 months to 6 to 8 months, I'd say I wanted to kill everything around me. Yeah, the slightest thing would set me off. But then my body adjusted, so now I'm fine.
Good.
Now I just get mad about
couldn't
normal
adjust.
things. Well, I don't know if it's because I'm on levetiracetam, and if the generic like makes any difference, but I mean, my pill is
And did you get a haircut?
this bit. Who?
Oh, okay.
But like my pill's this big, and it was just getting caught in my throat like sideways when I would go to take it. So I figured, you know what? Screw it. Today I'm gonna try something different.
Nice.
Has anyone ever took their pills and it actually went down the wrong pipe?
Yeah, you end up puking it up. Yep.
No, haven't done that yet. I thought about it though, because one time I thought I did it and I was just like panicking and I was just overthinking shit. And I was like, I feel it in my chest. And I kept thinking all day, am I feeling this? Is this what I'm feeling? And I think it was just my head, but yeah.
Will this
I was there.
dissolve into a powder that my lungs can accept? I don't know.
I was wondering that. I was thinking, are my lungs going to accept this?
Yeah. It's a valid question.
No, it already.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like at that point, just start it. Yeah.
Right. If ever it says do not cut, crush, or chew, that means do not cut, crush, or I made a mistake and I cut Vinpat in half. And you get it all at once. And if the vertigo wasn't bad enough taking the whole pill, let me tell you, I needed shrooms to get myself out of the Vinpat trip. Okay, just saying.
Well, and with a lot of pills, isn't it? It's not like it's an even mix on both sides. It's like one side has more of one like chemical and then the other has more of the other. So you're supposed to take them all at once. I mean, mine, for example, they do have a little, like a split in the middle of the pill. So you can tell that, it was made with that in mind. Which I think was intentional. Yeah,
usually a score mark means that you can cut them, but
oh,
I know a
I
lot
didn't know that. Okay.
people will like open capsules and do stuff like that.
Sure.
I have a former friend that had a thing for oxycodone, and she was getting Narcos oxycodone, which has acetaminophen, crushing and snorting them. And she calls me one day and she's like, I don't know what to do. I need your help. And we call it, because I'm from the 70s, we call it she nixed her nose. She did what Stevie Nicks did. And it wore the bone thin and her nose just started bleeding. What is it? CSF leak, all the ugly stuff that you can get from snorting cocaine. But she was snorting oxycodone. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding. It was the acetaminophen that did the damage, and I'm like, no, don't do that. I mean, if you really gotta just get some morphine, okay, don't do that. But, crushing or cutting a pill when it says on the prescription bottle not to, that can really send you for a loop. Yeah. I I did not enjoy that at all. But it wasn't my fault. I had to wait for my meds. I was out of meds. It was that or nothing kind of thing. And yeah, it didn't turn out so great, but I'd recommend if it says don't do it, don't do it. But those Keppra, man, I remember how huge those things are. And they're bigger than the Vimpat. And it's like, do they really expect us to be able to swallow these when, yeah, no, I can't imagine a young kid trying to swallow that. I can't. But yeah, but I want to hear M's story today. I really do.
It's funny you say that, don't cut it and all that, because my when I was at my last appointment, when they said I would start dosing down from the lacosamide to just cut it in half. I'm like, are you crazy? In my head. I'm lucky I have like so much of the extra ones from when I was dosing up to the 200 milligrams and stuff. I can just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go get that one.
Feel like I'm missing something. And you look great today. I love the ponytail. You're glowing.
Thanks.
Gee,
I feel like I'm going to face plant. I do not handle benzodiazepines well. So much that I'm getting May confused with June, and it's almost the 4th of July. So I'm going to just say 2 weeks of benzo is not good. But thank you. Thank you. I did get 6 hours of sleep last night, so that's probably why. But I woke up quite messed up. So it's like, was that really sleep or was I unconscious? And my watch didn't know the difference, Yeah. But thank you for the compliment, Pookie. I was ready to shave it off. It's 93 degrees in the Great Lakes region. And what we have all over the place is water, and it gets picked up in the air and you can almost swim as you're walking. It's really heavy.
I'm in Providence right now, and it's Rhode Island, and we are right on the water, and it's 100 degrees out. So yes, I feel you so hard right now.
same in Philly. It's 100 degrees out.
Yeah.
I'm near Angel and it's 100 degrees and it's really steamy out.
I
I
can't
went
believe
for a
you guys
walk
are
this
going through
morning.
that.
We're talking about how hot it is.
Yeah, me and Em are dealing with
101.
high 70s, mid 70s, if that. Yeah, you guys are in the hundreds. We are, let's see, 61 degrees.
In Philly, it's a heat wave coming. I mean, we're in a heat wave.
Come
basically.
on.
It's
That is just not
no heat
fair.
waves coming this time. This is, let's see.
So
this
you're
is
saying
gonna
we should all
last
come
for-
visit? Can we all stay at your place?
So tomorrow's gonna be 69. Thursday will be 69. Friday will be 77, and Friday through Sunday will be 77. And Monday will be 73. We got good weather here.
Nice. Angel, we're getting 3 more days of rain.
Ugh. Yeah, lucky you guys.
Oh, God. More rain. I'm tired
Yeah.
of the rain, but I do not want it to be very, very hot. Keep
I'd
it
rather it
between
be
the
very hot.
70s and the 80s.
Okay, it's okay that we get like distracted and off track at the beginning, right?
Oh yeah, you can get distracted and off track all day.
Okay, I just wanted to make
I'm
sure
off
you
track.
didn't.
I'm lost.
Just making sure you didn't want to get to sort of the agenda, situation. Just make sure.
Go ahead.
Exactly. Yes, ADHD in the chat. Yeah.
It makes Pookie's job easier.
Oh, you guys have glasses. Makes you want to get glasses every time.
Oh yeah, I got new glasses last week actually. Yeah.
For some reason, as a kid, I always wanted glasses for some reason as a kid. And
did it make
I
you
didn't
feel
know
like
why.
you were gonna be one of the smart kids, and then realized that all the kids with glasses hated the fact that we have to wear glasses because it sucks?
Yeah,
Yeah, there was
it sucks,
like,
Pookie.
I was thinking back at it, there was like 3 things, maybe 2 or 3 things as a kid that I grew up and learned just aren't going to happen. They aren't possible. And one I forgot because I just forgot what we were talking about. But the other one as a kid, I forgot that I did not know. I used to tell myself, okay, I'm going to date Britney Spears when I get older because I liked Britney Spears. And as a kid, I did not realize that people age. I was like, eventually I'm going to catch up to her and I'm going to find Britney Spears. But I didn't catch up to her. So I was like, yeah, I didn't think of that. I was like 7. But yeah, Britney Spears was big in my 7 and 8s before I knew age was a thing.
Wait, Pookie, how old are you?
I'm 35.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So something here I thought was a good one. Everyone could answer this. $1 million or completely cured of your epilepsy? We've all asked questions in our head or been asked this question by someone. If you could have $1 million or be cured, which would you choose? I obviously varies based on the seriousness of your epilepsy. Some people have multiple seizures a day, while some people go weeks or months without having a seizure. I have auras constantly, and they always lead to grand mal, a full-blown seizure if I'm not in ideal relaxed situation, so I'm constantly restricted to my daily life. So as tempting as that money is, I'd take the cure. As the famous quote goes, some people are so poor, all they have is money. To be honest, I take the money. I got my seizures to a decent point to where I'm going to live. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
I liked M's point about taxes after the fact. But let's all keep in mind, $1 million in this economy isn't as much as we think, but I would totally take no epilepsy. That I'm on board with no epilepsy.
Oh,
Yeah. I've been done with wanting to take pills a long time ago. And I know I still have to, but I rather have the cure. Plus, if you take the $1 million, you're still probably going to end up using it for doctor's visits and everything.
Okay. Now that you put it like that, I'm going to change mine. You said some good things. I'm going to change my answer. I think I'd rather the cure because without the cure, I mean, if I get the cure, I could work and find decent work and drive and stuff like that. That's worth more than $1 million. So I'm with you, Angel. You made a good point there.
Maybe $1 billion. But
Yeah.
no, not for $1 million. I'd take the cure.
My epilepsy isn't
without a
that
thought.
bad.
Say that again?
Mine is not that bad. And I would take the cure any day over the $1 million. And
Okay.
really, mine is not terrible. But God damn it, I want this out of here.
Yeah.
And what good is
Yeah.
$1 million if you can't enjoy it?
Right. Once I
Yes.
thought about the cure, then I was like, maybe I could make $1 million if I had the cure. Yeah. If I had the cure, I wouldn't be here though.
Right.
Yeah, I would never.
We'd all be worse off.
Yeah, we wouldn't be together if we had a cure.
Yeah.
But we'll spend it on nanny cams. I like that one.
Don't make it sad saying we wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be here, but now it's sad.
I know. But in where I am right now, I don't think I could really enjoy $1 million. It would just sit in my bank account. You know, I mean, I'm pretty much, yeah, I'm in that limbo right now where like I can't even pick up my knitting. I can't even do things I like. I can read maybe 2 paragraphs and a couple of posts and my brain farts, you know, and it's like, okay, so what would $1 million be like if I can't use it? You know, but the
Right.
cure, that would be nice. You know, I don't know if you guys saw those posts on the other epilepsy subreddit. You know, there's people that think they can find a cure. And I'm like, yo, no, don't do the holistic herbalist kind of thing. It's just not safe, you know. But it would be nice if there was a cure. I think they would have found it by now. You know, I don't know. But we are like the incurable, what are we, 3%? 3% of the global population has epilepsy. So we are a very elite group. So we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
a good way of looking at it, Annie.
According
Yeah.
to the Bible, there hasn't been a cure in over 2,000 years.
And then there's, you know, Hippocrates. I was talking to some people I know about, you know, looking for a cure. And is it more than just our controlling our brain waves? You know, it is a lot more than just that. But Hippocrates, you know, and not as in a hypocrite, but Hippocrates was the father of medicine. He wrote a book called On the Sacred Disease. And he discusses epilepsy in every level because he studied every part of every person that he came across with epilepsy, from spiritual, emotional, physical. And, you know, and then there's another book called The Sacred Disease, was written, I think recently, within the last 10 years, by a doctor, a woman who has epilepsy. And that's on my reading list. So after I can get past a couple of paragraphs, I'll start reading again. But I think it's really intriguing when, you know, all the way back in the time of Hippocrates, the, you know, beginning of medicine, they recognized epilepsy as such a rarity. It was either the spirits coming through that person, or that person was like a hub for that communication, because it does look so, yeah, otherworldly, can we say? I've seen some of my seizures and I'm like, why didn't they just stick me with an antipsychotic and walk away? But they couldn't, because my brain was on fire. So yeah, I don't know. I think I try to find some positive about it. I don't know. Have you guys ever had seizures that took you to like a different spiritual level where you started to wonder what is going on, really? You know, I don't know.
I had a seizure that made me want to go to church. I was like, oh man, I'm feeling so down. Maybe I need to go to church. Maybe that's what it is. I don't think I get a sign like that. You never know.
Well, clearly it was the devil trying to escape from your body, so why wouldn't you want to go to church, right?
I think he'd probably be hanging out with me there, then go home with me. Anyhow. Yeah, I feel like I'm leaning forward now.
I know. Thank you, Em.
Um, this one says, "Do you feel like your epilepsy limits your capacity for fun? As someone with epilepsy, I feel like it limits my capacity for fun of what I can do and how long I can do it for. Some examples, personally. I like to stay fit, so I'll go to the gym and do weights with a friend 2 to 3 days out of the week, but I have to limit how much I can do and how long I can lift for. Two, I also used to run 5Ks for school, but I would have to use clonazepam as what I liked to call my supercharger. So it would lower the chances of me having a seizure. I'm obsessed with superheroes, so I would even do the eyes snapping open thing from Captain America, First Avenger, when it kicked in. Number three is almost every year my family goes to Cape Cod in Massachusetts. There's a high ropes course near my aunt's house there that we sometimes go to. Side note, I have acrophobia, a fear of heights, and my seizures are occasionally affected by heart rate. So do the math. I don't feel like my epilepsy stops me from fun because I've found everything. I think it's because I had it so long. So then I found everything that I like fun with epilepsy. So I've come to find things that, oh, this is fun and I can do this. So kind of stuck with that.
Yeah, I don't think it stopped me, especially more so when I was younger. Because I'd done like I was talking to M yesterday and I'd been on roller coasters. I go to concerts and I've been to movies, and it's depends on what everybody considers their fun. Like I can play video games, like what's fun to one person might not be fun to another, but
Right.
well, what's fun to me I can still do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything I found fun was probably after my teens and once I got to a decent age. So everything that I find fun, I've learned with epilepsy. I was gonna say there wasn't things I could do before I had epilepsy, but I was a teen. I was doing everything outside the house and not worried about epilepsy. Anybody else? Come on, guys. Let's give
Kevin, I feel
somebody.
like you've been really quiet in general today. What's going on?
Huh?
Let's hear from you.
Um, like me by my health and everything. I'm good.
Oh no. I said Kevin.
Oh,
Evan.
Can't drink any caffeine today. It's too hot. So I'm not all jittery. I guess, yeah. What Angel said. I did all the active stuff that like a teenager did. I was climbing trees and swimming and stuff. I only had like a few seizures a year, so, and I didn't have really bad myoclonics. But so when I was younger, it didn't prevent me from doing things. But as for the person, uh, any advice for them? Uh, uh, you, you you have to find a balance somehow. I mean, if this is preventing you from living your life, I mean, you still, I don't know, have to have supervised. I don't know, you still have to find a way to live your life. I mean, it's tough, I know, but if this is oh Pookie, what did this person say was the difficulty in living their life?
Oh, actually, hang on, Pokey. Before you keep going, M really wants someone to say no benzoyl and running for they really wanted that said, so I figured I'd cut in quick, throw that out there. Benzo, yeah.
No benzos.
No benzo, no running.
And get a nanny cam.
Nanny cam, sure.
Okay.
Mark, I'm gonna you came in like at the bare end of this. I'm gonna reread it. Actually, I'll go through the other one for you. The other question was, would you rather have $1 million or cured of epilepsy?
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I almost find the fact that I don't have an immediate answer to that more interesting than whatever answer I'll end up at, because I think most people would jump right at it, you know, at
The
being
general
cured.
response over here was we would take the cure over $1 million. Just so if you're thinking everyone would chose $1 million, we did not.
No?
No, I was thinking maybe with the cure, I could just go make $1 million. You know, I mean, it's not likely, but it's possible. That's a hard one. I know.
I don't know. I guess I'd take the $1 million. Yeah, I could
I thought that at first too. I could do a lot with $1 million.
well, I could do, yeah.
You could live the rest of life good.
Get a few years worth of
Medication.
yeah, well, yeah, medication. Hopefully it doesn't come to $1 million for just a few years, but yeah, it would ease a lot of psychological stress. And I
Okay,
think
yeah.
that reducing the psychological stress of all of this, you know, how much it's costing, and that might help reduce all of the seizures and all of the need for it. So it might kind of be a little partial cure just by itself. And you could pay a lot of bills with $1 million, you know. Yeah, I think that's what I'd do. I'd take the $1 million.
Okay, I found this one, and I think I've seen a couple of you guys in the comments, but anyway, I still answered it. It says, have you ever heard about it? When I was looking for something else related to epilepsy, I came across a term, epileptic personality, and some people around me say that I fit this personality type except for some characteristics. Have you heard of anything about this before?
I mean, I guess before I had epilepsy, I'd only ever heard about it before in terms of like I knew one person who had it. But like obviously I heard of it, but I'm confused about what they mean by like characteristics. Like we're all very different people. What characteristics describe them as epileptic if they're not having seizures? If they're having seizures, they have epilepsy. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I seen that you said Angel make an epileptic community with those millions. We need to make a hospital.
I like that
On-site.
idea, Angel.
On-site hospital is necessary. Yeah, there was a video that that was my next question, but I was gonna post it first. There was a video of someone's faking having a seizure, then someone came over and act like they were helping him, and then he fell over and act like he was having a seizure, and then people just start walking away from them. But I'm gonna not sit here because I don't like it.
Speaking of like all the heat we've been having, except for Pookie, like, have any of you been feeling more seizure-y when like because of the heat? Yeah. Okay. Not the
I
only one.
always laugh when you say that. More seizure-y.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. You all know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Here's the
What's
thing, Brandon.
more? Do you feel like you're more likely to have a seizure? Just feels so long, you know.
Yeah, you can stick to seizure-y. That sounds good. That's a good way to say it.
I had brainstorm. I got seizure-y, you know.
Some days, yes. Not today. Not today is just hot. Today doesn't really feel that bad. It's really, really hot, but it's not that bad. It's just hot. It's not humid or anything. The air quality is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's really
We
not
were all
that bad.
talking about how it's like 100 degrees where some of us are, so.
I mean, like, back in like May, I went to a graduation and it was like 80 degrees and it was terrible out in the city and the air quality. And I felt really seizure-y that day. I
Yes.
couldn't focus on
None.
anything.
Yes.
Yeah, right. It was just awful out. I had to get home really quick and yeah, it was just
Check this
so
out.
it varies. It's not temperature necessarily.
For me, it's the humidity and the dew point. I'm used to the heat. It doesn't bother me. In fact, I like it. I just can't stand the high dew point, which is the worst thing.
A lot of
And
people
humidity.
don't understand that about humidity. It's not just the humidity, it's the dew point, and that's where it really gets like the dew point getting closer to the humidity, that's where it starts to feel horrible, like you're walking through a swamp, you know.
Yeah.
Yesterday, the dew point was 70 and the humidity was 50. And I was dying outside.
Oh my God, that's
Oh
horrible.
man.
And I have arthritis in every joint in my body. So
Oh.
I was really feeling it.
Oh, that sounds like it sucks. Well, it would suck more
does.
if you were over here in the cold, because the cold is different story with arthritis and bones and
Right. No, the cold sucks too.
yeah. Before we move forward, I see there's Lufa here, so we usually start with Lufa. What are you taking? When was your last seizure? And when were you diagnosed?
Anyone want to go first?
Uh,
I can go first. Yes.
Go ahead.
I don't know how to use Zoom. I apologize.
It's all right.
I'm my bad. What were the questions?
What are you taking?
Okay.
When were you diagnosed? And when was your last seizure?
Well, I'm moving from Keppra to Breviact right now, and I'm on Klonopin as well. My last seizure, I want to say was 2 or 3 months ago. Oh, how do I start the? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I kind of dressed like a clown today.
It's all right. I'm dressed like a clown too.
What were the other questions? I apologize.
When was the last time you had a seizure? When were you diagnosed? And what are you taking? I think you said what you're taking in your last seizure.
Yeah, I was diagnosed, I think 2 or 3 months ago. My memory isn't too good, and my thinking process isn't too good because I underwent electric convulsive therapy treatments.
That
So,
isn't why. It's the epilepsy and the pills they're giving us. That's
I
why
have
everything.
questions.
Well,
I got questions about that electroconvulsive thing
same.
too.
well, the
But
electric convulsive therapy was for mental health reasons.
Oh.
Well, we don't know
But-
what that is, so
Yeah, it plays a very You can still receive it if you have epilepsy. I wasn't diagnosed with epilepsy at the time of receiving electroconvulsive therapy, but they basically hook up electrodes to your brain and target specific areas of your brain and force you into a seizure, to kind of almost factory reset or cleanse your brain if you have a lot of uh, trauma or mental health issues. And it's typically, when I saw a lot of people that were older, I heard it can be used for epilepsy. I'm not sure on that. I don't know anything about that. But it's it's a very misunderstood concept. And I think most concepts are misunderstood when it comes to anything that is different, like chronic illness or anything. If you don't have it, you don't understand it, and that would go for anything. Um, but it's it it meshes with my epilepsy in a weird way where I have to kind of differentiate when is it the ECT that is causing me to have this side effect right now, or is it my epilepsy that's causing me to have this side effect right now? Because I do have a lot of diagnoses, and when I read them off, it sounds like I'm just spewing out different things for shits and giggles, but
It's all right. I know where you're at.
yeah, it's a Tony. Sorry, it's a process. It's been a process, but getting the epilepsy diagnosis has helped tremendously, I'd say.
Were you having seizures before you got diagnosed?
Yes, I've been having seizures since around, so I have juvenile myoclonic epilepsy, which is now just like adult myoclonic epilepsy. And because of my mental health, they and my personal opinion is with insurance and the healthcare system, they want everything to be as cheap as possible, and they want to go the cheapest route that won't cause them any issues. But my mom and I, since I was 12, I've been having these little like jerks, typically in the upper area of my body. And I wasn't forcing them. I wasn't having audible things, so it wasn't Tourette's. And my mom and I were, and I've, ever since I was a kid, I've been really like vitamin deficient. I've been really pale, and just a lot of different things. So my mom has always thought that there's been something up with me. And I got, I started having the little jerks and whatnot. I was in and out of a lot of mental health facilities for my childhood, but I was put on this one medication called Abilify that gave me a dystonic reaction called tardive dystonia, where my eyes, the muscles in my eyes would get stuck, rolled to the back of my head for hours. So it took about 3 years for me to convince the doctors that that was being caused by the medication. But I also thought that the jerks were being caused by the Abilify as well. But when the eyes stopped rolling to the back of my head and getting stuck, the jerks didn't stop. And the psychiatrist that I had been with then put me on a new medication called Cogentin, which reverses the side effect of the tardive dyskinesia. And he said it should have gone, it should have stopped by now. Like, there's no reason you should still be having these jerks. And mind you, it was before I had these jerks. I was like a swimmer, I was active, I was doing all right. I felt sick a lot, a little weak, but I had, my own stuff going on, whatever. So it was in the back of my mind. And then I got to a point where the the we got a neurologist because my mom and I had done all of the research, and no one was listening to us and kept saying that it was psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. But I'm telling them, like, I'm not forcing myself to have these jerks. I'm not forcing myself to, not that if you do have psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, you're forcing yourself, but the way that it was presenting, um even when I wasn't like stressed necessarily, I'd still have like cluster attacks of the myoclonic seizures. And I'm sure anyone that has them knows that they're super debilitating. And it got to a point where I couldn't stand up, I couldn't feed myself, I couldn't go out. I lost my job because I was having seizures at work constantly, tonic-clonic seizures. Um, and At one point, I was put in the psych ward, and it's this really awful place. But they, I had been working really hard to stay on the cogentin because it was the only thing that very minorly would control them. So if they were really bad one day, I could take extra of it. So I kind of had to self-medicate myself and be my own pharmacist and figure it out myself. Which is how I figured out that Klonopin is really useful for myoclonic epilepsy. But again, my mom and I found all of that out on our own without doctors or anything, because the entire time they're telling me that it's all in my head and that I need to see a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist is saying, well, I don't deal with neurology, so you need to go see a neurologist. So it was constant back and forth until, well, I was in the hospital. They ripped me off of the cogentin that I had been on for 2 years at that point, cold turkey. And I was like, I'm gonna have a seizure. Like, you guys are like putting my life at risk. I'm going to have a seizure. And the doctor was like, no, you're not. Like, it's all in your head. And so I got like 3 nurses holding me back. And I'm like, I just want to talk to the doctor. Just let me talk to the doctor now. I probably could have been a little calmer, but at this point in my life, like, I'm 20 years old and I'm fighting for my life to be treated properly as anybody should. And so the doctor's like, no, you don't need that. We don't do neurology here. And I'm like, regardless if you do neurology here, you should be giving me my medication. If you have someone with diabetes, you're giving them their insulin and stuff. Like, why is it different for me? So they stick me with 3, they call it booty juice in the psych ward. They stick me with 3 of those. And I wake up in the ER with my one-on-one because I had been causing so many problems that they put me on a 1-to-1, and my mom had to walk into the hospital, the psychiatric hospital, and say, if you don't discharge my daughter today, I'm going to have legal action come in. And that same day I was discharged, because that entire time they weren't giving me my medicine, they weren't giving me underwear, they weren't taking care of us at all. And it's really dangerous for an epileptic. So then fast forward, I had a lot of my cat, who is my soulmate, passed away in a really traumatic way. But ever since then, I've been like self-medicating to deal with other things, as with diagnoses and whatnot, along with the epilepsy, because if I was taking certain substances, I was just out of it. I couldn't feel the epilepsy. I couldn't feel the autism. I had an excuse for it all. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm a medical mystery. I'm just a junkie at this point. So here's your answer, because it's so much easier than trying to go through all these different things, and it's an awful resort. Which then I had the ECT done, which really helped. I'm 8 months post ECT, and it's really helped reset my brain in the instance of using substances and whatnot, and I'm more focused on taking care of myself and my epilepsy. But it took me having a seizure in the neurologist's office to finally have a week-long seizure study done. And within moments, like, of them hooking me up, they came in and they're like, yeah, we can see the rapid firing of the junior myoclonic epilepsy going off in your brain, even without a grand mal seizure. Like, you're epileptic, and we're sorry, basically, that our entire system has let you down. But it's taken, like, they put me on lamotrigine at one point because, again, they said it was psychogenic, and it made everything worse. Lamotrigine made my seizures so much worse, especially the myoclonic ones. And in order to get off of that medication, I literally had to take the entire bottle and overdose on it for them to take me off of it. And to, like, it's these extreme lengths that I've had to go to get a diagnosis and to be taken seriously. So I'm 8 months ECT, and that's has its own, bits and bobs. I'm kind of like I have dementia sort of after it, because it rips out your memory, and I have short-term memory loss. But it doesn't help that I have epilepsy and untreated for so long as well. That also affects my memory. So I'm like 20 and trying to figure out how to work again. And I used to be such a good worker. And then all this shit happened. But yeah, that's my spiel of epilepsy for me.
Thank you for sharing that. That was like amazing the way you put that. And you're saying like you have all these issues that honestly probably to a lot of us are like very but that is like so crazy, and you are amazing, and your mom's amazing.
Yeah, she is. She's been my biggest supporter.
When you said that you overdosed on Lamictal, I was like, good for you. I mean, I'm glad you're okay, but like, fuck everything you had to go
upping
through.
my dose. They're like, you just need more. You just need more. And I was like, all right, if I need more, let me take the whole bottle. Like here you go, guys. And they're like, why'd you do that? And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but you guys don't listen until it's time to listen, until you have to listen.
And oh my God.
I am
sorry. I'll shout you out because I have childhood absence. And I think that's really hard to distinguish, like through an EEG from juvenile myoclonic. So right there with you, and I'll let Annie go.
Oh, I just have to let you know, same story. But it took until I was 46, and I basically went into status epilepticus at work. Because it was the same thing over and over again, in and out of psych wards. I went into status in isolation, and they gave me a B52, the Haldol, I can't remember the mix. It's 2 antipsychotics and a pain management. And I stopped breathing. They had to intubate because they're treating me like a psych patient, and they were ignoring the epilepsy. And then I would get out a week later. It would happen again in a few months, and again and again. So I became the frequent flyer at the psych ward until one fateful day, I collapsed and went right into status. So that put me into a coma, and I was 46. I was 7 years old when I had my first seizure. So you're not alone. I'm so glad you're here. We want you to feel alone. Yes, we just all want to scream, and this is the place to do it because we get it. We get it. We're not going to say that never happened, and I had doctors doing this for 5 years. I was diagnosed in 2007 in Buffalo, New York. I should have been diagnosed in 1968, which I was, but they didn't do anything. And when I moved in 2020, just before COVID, They said, no, you don't have epilepsy. There's hope. You don't have epilepsy. You have a condition called psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. And I'm like, and I have a lawyer. So no, you're going to have to look at my prior medical history and the clinical evidence thereof. And they never did for 5 years until I said, okay, sat down with the doctor at the epilepsy center. And I said, I don't know if you're going to recognize these names, but here's copies of the emails from the National Association of Epilepsy Centers. They're going to review your accreditation. And this is why. And it was because they tried to tell me for 5 years I didn't have epilepsy. I had to beg for the Vimpat. I never got the Valium, and I can't remember what else I was on. It's been so long. You know, they never restored my medications and pushed the psychogenic non-epileptic story. And I said, you know what? Enough. I went ahead and I did the behavioral therapy. I got the psychiatrist. They all talked to my providers, who then put me on some, I don't know, list or something. So I ended up, PNES affected my entire spectrum of healthcare. I walked around with a fractured vertebrae for 3 months. I had a gallbladder that was so bad it was leaking, and all of that pain was being ignored. I had 2 strokes, a seizure, busted my head open at a hospital because they discharged me because they said you're not having seizures. Well, then they had to deal with me in a coma.
Well, because they also told me, they were like, when I was taking my week-long study, I was like, if I've had so many EEGs and you guys can tell right away, why couldn't they tell me at the neurologist office that something was wrong? And they were like, they just couldn't read it. They just couldn't understand it. So I was like, so for the past 10 years of my life, the past however long of my life, because I don't even know how many seizures I've had due to my memory loss. And I don't know, I'm convinced I've had ones in my sleep. I have one, I zone out all, so you really can't keep track. And it's like,
hey, Lufa, you got to get a nanny cam in there.
Yeah, get a nanny cam.
Seriously, you don't want to
That's
ignore your sleep. You might need a sleep study. Annie and I were talking about this because sleep apnea. Just look up sleep apnea and epilepsy and get yourself a nanny cam. You can hit me up. They're $20. I have opinions.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Rachel. It's so good to see you. Is it a new? I'm sorry, Lufa. I don't mean to cut you off.
oh no, you're fine.
Rachel,
I'm right now.
yeah. How are you doing, love?
Pretty okay. Surgery was last Tuesday. A cephalocele, so anterior right temporal lobe resection. So I'm a week in, out, whatever you want to say. I hate narcotics. I'm just ripping the bowls, hitting up the Tylenol, and I'm good. I'm blessed to be with you guys today.
So far, so good. Everybody here. Hi, Lexi.
Right.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Toaster. Hi, Jason.
Hey.
Fun.
Hey,
You're
how y'all?
looking great, Rachel, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I'm freshly showered. You guys want to see the nar scar I got though? Like my battle wounds. P.S.
Yes.
Just for funsies,
You're
I have
such
a
a
new
warrior.
nickname. I should put it on there. My new nickname is going to be Skull Flap. Skull Flap. Skull Flap
You're a warrior.
2026. Because, you know, they
You
popped
kept your
my skull
hair.
out. They didn't make me shave it.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing, right? So, I don't know where
Let's
I'm
see.
at.
Let's see.
Can you see it? Can you see
Yeah,
it?
a little bit. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So
There you
Yeah,
go.
in my ear. Now the thing that hurts
Let's
right
see it.
now is I have 34 staples. They put a staple right here. And so it really, obviously my jaw hurts, but like my ear hurts, my inner ear hurts. That's like mainly the most pain. It's like, you know, obviously they drilled saw or such through my brain. So that's painful, but you know, the brain doesn't have any nerves in it. So it's the skull and the fascia. It's around my skull that hurts. Other than that, I'm good. So these are just battle wounds, right? Because we're all fucking warriors around here.
Right.
So
That's right.
Hey, Lexi.
it's good to see new faces though. I'm happy that
Lexi.
new peeps.
Hi, how are you
Lexi, you've been
guys?
here before, right?
Yes, I've
Yeah.
been here before.
I remember your face, which is remembering is a lot. So yeah.
Well, this time I have more light. Last time I had like no light. I mean, I wasn't feeling well last time I was here, so I was kind of just sitting in my bed in the dark. But this time I have more light. Yay.
That's even better. I remember who you were with more light.
Oh.
I remember you from the dark. Anyhow,
Yeah, I
hey
was sitting in the
Toaster. You haven't said anything. Where's my phone? Oh. Yeah.
Poster or wonderful storyteller.
Yeah. I had a good one earlier that you guys missed, and I have to go back to it. Would you take $1 million over epilepsy being cured? For the new people. If you just got here and you haven't heard this question, I'd like to hear your answer.
I want a cure. I don't want $1 million. I want a cure.
I'm sorry, are you saying like the cure for like me specifically or like all of us?
No epilepsy.
Ooh, good
Ever.
question.
Seizure again?
Oh wait, is it for everyone?
Like no jerks or anything?
Well, I
No
mean,
jerks.
I believe if they had a cure for me, they would cure everybody. So I mean, if there
Well,
was a cure,
It
would
was
you take the
phrased
cure for $1
originally
million?
as like, you know, an individual cure. So just making sure. Yeah.
I don't know. At this point, I might need the $1 million for all the medical.
Right. Totally.
I
I wouldn't
know.
take it.
I'm a little stressed at this point.
Yeah, at one point I was thinking take the $1 million, but I was thinking
If
without
it's
$1 million.
for other people, that would be nice. If other people didn't have to experience this. Because I know when I wasn't formally diagnosed, I didn't understand epilepsy and how unpredictable and deadly it can be.
Hey, Lufa, I'm impressed that you still have your nose ring in, but just a warning, if you are having nocturnal seizures, I ripped a hole in my septum and lost my beautiful, tiny, gorgeous little nose that I'm
Well-
never getting back. Just get a nanny cam.
Also, they'll take it off if you have surgery because I had my nose pierced and I had a cool little thing up here. I woke up and none of it was there.
I feel like so far my seizures, besides like hitting my head and falling down the stairs, they've been pretty, you know, not too bad.
Yeah,
so
other than that,
but
falling
you
down
know,
the stairs.
it's mainly the myoclonic seizures that get in the way that are like the worst, because I'll be like trying to chop up something and next thing you know I have like a knife sticking almost out of me and I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened? But sorry for my
Do I hear a Midwestern accent?
I'm in okay, but I moved around from the East Coast to the Midwest, so it changes on it. If you ask me about, if I were to say like Diad, there's Diad, or if you ask me about pizza, I'm gonna prefer New York pizza. If I get angry, my Jersey accent comes out.
Wait, when you say a knife sticking out of you, do you mean like a kitchen knife or what are we talking here?
A sword?
I wish that'd be even cooler, but
I
no, like I
do-
accidentally like stuck my finger with like, it wasn't even that bad. I just like sliced my finger, but like
okay.
it was like in my finger, and I was like, okay, maybe
I do
I'll
knife
make
throwing,
dinner
so
another night and we just heat something up today.
if I was doing my knife throwing that I do and I like realized like, you know, I was back in my apartment with a blade in my leg or something, yeah, I'd be really concerned. So
Well, at this point, I'm just like, all right, but I'm a little nervous right now because of the switch from the Keppra to the Breviac, but
Is anybody else here on Breviact who can talk about it? I guess
Not anymore.
I'm on Kepra, so I can only talk about Kepra.
yeah, the Kepra's it's been affecting my mental health like way too much. So I gotta take it.
Yeah.
But
Does it make you depressed? Is that a symptom? I feel like Keppra is making me like manic and depressed, and it's not a very nice mix. I already talk constantly.
yes, my primary when I was 2, they tried to diagnose me with borderline personality disorder and bipolar disorder and put me on medication. But my mom was like, no, I think she just has autism, but she'll probably get that in the future. But she was right. So my primary diagnosis is, BPD and bipolar and autism, the full shebang. But what were we talking about? Where do we go?
Take your time.
We don't know either. It's okay.
Oh, the Breviac. Oh yes, the Kepra.
There you
the
go.
Kepra, I feel like just because I have pre-existing like mania a lot, and especially with my period, I have the Mirena IUD, and it has worked wonders for me. I love her so much. It was awful getting it done, but she has been wonderful, and she'll last till I'm 30. So I love her. And she just stops my period, which is great because that's also been a huge problem of mine, where my period comes and then I go into like a period psychosis. Since taking the Keppra though, it has been eating away at my birth control. Like, it's been eating everything that my birth control lets out. So I'm like crazy all the time, and my mom and I joke that my name's Olivia, so we have different Olivias. There's like sleeping Olivia, but the one Olivia we don't like at all is period Olivia, because like I do things and I don't remember doing them, and she's crazy. Like, nobody, like, she's nuts. And so
she's more fun.
She is a little fun, but she's got no consequences. No consequences at all. Somehow I ended up somewhere with a knife threatening to like scratch up somebody's car, and got taken back by the police, got my knife back, had no charges given to me, and I was like,
Jersey girl.
Yeah, like, she did it again. But it's been eating away at like my mental health, and especially after receiving ECT, I'm working really hard to rebuild my personality and character, not on trauma and like being in constant vigorous trying to fight mode, because I'm always in defense. I'm always defensive. Like, I always think someone has a vendetta against me, and I always have to be protective of myself, and it's not healthy. So with the Keppra, I've never been one of like, usually it's mania, but the depression comes and goes, but it's never been depression to the point where I'm like there's nothing that really, makes me want to kill myself, but I just want to kill myself. Like, I literally just want to, I could be the perfect day. I could get everything I want. Mr. Beast could give me all his money. There could be a cure for epilepsy. And if I'm on Keppra, I just want to end it all. Nothing makes me happy. I'm like, I know no one enjoys being around me, so I just like to stay home, and I just sob all the time, and I cry myself to sleep, and I wake up crying, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
You're not alone.
It's the Keppra, and just as someone who's high risk naturally,
You're not alone.
it's not a.
Oh, Lufa, you gotta get on the chat over here. We got some shout outs to you in the chat.
Do that. Where do you guys see this?
Are you on a phone? It's at the bottom. It says chat. Or if you're on the computer,
Luffy,
I
that's
don't
such
know.
a fun name. Okay.
Oh shit! I missed a little bit apparently.
Okay, wait.
Personally, I think Keppra was never meant for anybody with epilepsy. So,
Which is funny because it's always the first thing that they give you when
well,
they think you have epilepsy. You know, like it's always the first choice. Even though it
me,
doesn't work for everyone. I am not saying that it doesn't work for me because I I mean I guess if we're getting back to the initial question that Pookie asked, like I had a seizure earlier today. It wasn't a full, tonic. But I was sitting in a meeting just like fully my entire body clenched, you know, um, and not able to open my eyes and look at anything. And I'm on Keppra. It works. I haven't had a full on tonic in like 8 months, but
Does anyone else have myoclonic epilepsy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said, childhood is close to that, but I've been talking a lot, guys.
I haven't been diagnosed, but I show signs of it, and I didn't know the signs of it until I joined
So
the epilepsy Reddit chat. I
yeah,
didn't know that all these different types of epilepsy even were a thing. I thought it
I
was
didn't
just
either.
grand mal.
That's when
And
that's when
just
the guy
found out
said
there's
down.
so many different types of epilepsies. I used
Mhm.
to just think, oh, there's just one. Everybody's just shaking, and
Yeah,
that's not
just
it.
the people
Yeah, like so, like
flopping
like
around
with
like a
Keppra,
fish
like
in the Hollywood movies and stuff.
Yeah,
That's what
they
I've
well,
they
'cause
always.
always show it as the big tonic clonic,
yeah,
full on, and then
And
people don't understand
poorly
what
too.
epilepsy really looks
well,
like.
yeah, and I didn't understand what epilepsy was, especially since my school was also telling me that autism and Down syndrome were the same thing. So
Yeah,
What?
yeah, like
been
yeah,
a,
like
been a
I read
long
the
20
song.
years.
No, like like I read the song
there's a
about
lot to unpack there.
like I didn't really actually think about it until like when I actually had to look up epilepsy and like I don't like I didn't know, really know what it means like until like when I was on Kepler for like 7 years and Kepler and Kepler nearly destroyed me. Like and also like Kepler also like lost my own passion.
Yeah, Kepra's like the devil drug spot, and I've had a lot of bad experiences with
I'm s-
medications, but
I'm
Kepra's
Wait,
just
scared to
Jason.
change at this point.
Jason, what did you, sorry, Brandon.
You're good. You can continue.
Oh, I just wanted to know if you remember, Jason, I missed the last thing you said, if you remember.
Oh, so like I was saying that like Kepler nearly destroyed my passion for music.
that would suck too. Like,
Yeah, and that's like you're a musician, so that's like probably a large part of or your whole life.
Yeah, like yeah, yeah, just like I remember like there was like doctors telling me to like once I get off of it, like once I get off of it, they're gonna put me back on. And like and I told them, like I didn't want that. And once when it could put me on more and more, like like that was the final straw. I had like that was when I left Tallahassee and moved to South Florida.
Yeah, I gotta
Thank you for explaining that.
go back to. Okay, go ahead, Kevin.
I was going to say the weird thing about Keppra with me was it wasn't the first drug they put me on, but they chose a really bad time in my life to put me on it. It was in college, and I was really stressed out. College can be stressful for some people, and I was snapping at professors and just really just getting into fights with people, and it 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 may have worked actually. It might work now for me actually because I'm looking to get off Topamax. Topamax is not good for the brain, but Topamax is actually really good for myoclonic seizures, and that's what I have. So I don't know, maybe, yeah, looking to get off that.
Before I move on to go ahead, Lufa.
It was Topamax, you said?
Yeah. Oh, it's Topamax and Dupyramid are the same thing.
Okay.
Before I move on, there was a few people I really like this question, and I want to hear these answers. Jason and anybody who has not answered, would you take $1 million over the cure for your epilepsy?
Ooh. Oh man, like that's kind of hard, honestly. You know,
yeah,
like
it's a tough one.
I mean, like I would like to take the $1 million, but I mean, I would like to take $1 million, but at the same time, I would be scared because I don't know, like in the near future, I would have more seizures and stuff like that, and the doctor would put me on more meds, and then I had to pay more doctor bills. But I mean, like for me, like I would just say screw it. I would just take the $1 million.
I said a similar thing. I said that I might need the million for all the doctor's bills and stuff.
Yeah.
Lexi. Lexi, you there?
Yeah, sorry. I said cure for my epilepsy. I want a cure. That's I don't I don't know. I'm tired of having seizures all the time. And
Most of us said that, don't worry.
yeah. Well, it's hard too if you have like drug resistant epilepsy, which is I have Jeevan syndrome, which is a form of that. So it's like I've had doctors tell me before that I'm never going to be seizure free and that I'll never be able to drive again. And it's just like, I don't think $1 million would help me all that much. I think I'd be better off and happier if there was just a cure.
Okay. Rachel, you there? There's Rachel and Toaster left who haven't answered. Toaster, would you take $1 million over your epilepsy being cured?
No.
Okay.
I would definitely take epilepsy. See what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
The
Yeah.
epilepsy cure.
Yeah.
Like most of us.
At first, I said the money because I was just like,
I mean, that is a really that sounds like a mind-blowing amount. But I don't know. I wanna.
I think having money, my living situation is going to change. Can't live here for free.
Oh, well, I have to admit, I am in a very good situation. I do get to live for free.
If you had $1 million, I bet you wouldn't.
Someone posted in the chat about taking B9. Is that a thing?
Oh, yeah. I heard a lot about so with medications like anticonvulsants and stuff, they start to break down your bone density. So you have to, a lot of people, they're B16 or B12, B9.
I suggested B12 on this chat before, yeah.
Vitamin D deficiency.
B12, yes.
Yep. And Sailor mentioned taking a lot of calcium.
Calcium, yeah, a lot of calcium. So my next visit with my neurologist, I'm actually gonna talk to him about like what are the words? Vitamins and stuff to take that are appropriate, because I'm also on God. It's nice to be around people that understand this.
That's what I said.
The aphasia, we all feel it.
Olivia, and I'm like, can you guys just, like, you guys literally don't live with this every day, and you act like it's harder on you.
Right.
It's I take a stimulant medication, which is, as you would know, wouldn't interact with a person with epilepsy very well. So it's like this huge, especially if you have multi-diagnoses from different spectates of the medical world. It's like this huge balancing act. So you have to make sure you're not taking a vitamin that's gonna counteract the stimulant, but make sure you're taking something that's gonna help with your bone density. But I don't think that that'll all be a problem. But vitamins are a very, very, very big thing to keep an eye on and to make sure that you're being tested for. And to people have, even if you start feeling really weak in your bones and stuff, to get a bone density scan and do those things, because epilepsy can really wear down, specifically the medication will wear down your ability to do, like Keppra wore down my ability to fight off infections and like bacterial infections. And like within the first month I had like something on my lips, and I was having flu-like symptoms, and it was just really weird and I was super unbalanced. So it's just been a really bad experience for me personally, but it works for other people. But I think going for everybody when it comes to epilepsy and taking medications just in general, to be really aware of your vitamins, because that will play a huge role into it, because you can get so low that you'll need, like at one point I needed B12 infusions.
Okay, 2 things. Well, no, 3 or 4 things. For people that are new here, if you haven't heard, chamomile is not good for people with epilepsy. Neither is Benadryl. Grapefruit juice. I believe it's grapefruit, and there was something else we're not supposed to take. Oh my, Silipalm is here. But yeah, just looking out for you guys. If you guys are drinking chamomile or grapefruit juice, and is it Benadryl, none of those are good for us. There's a few other things, but as I can't remember what they are, so I'm sure you understand.
Chamomile being
Chamomile. I didn't.
Chamomile. I've heard of like Benadryl and grapefruit juice for specific medications, but I've never heard of chamomile. I love chamomile tea.
I know.
I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody in
Like
practice.
every single herbal tea in the world has it like almost first ingredient, and I learned it 3 years in probably.
I love herbal
Hi,
tea.
Sailor Mom.
Hi. Let's see if I
Thanks
can
for all
pick-
the animals.
Hey, Sailor Mom.
Hi everybody. How are you guys? Oh, I'm sorry. God, very, very
Oh
close
my
up.
God, Sailor, you're back.
Hi.
So good to see
Right.
your face. You're
Welcome back,
beautiful.
Sailor.
How are you guys?
Great, we missed you. We got a lot of people here today, a lot of new people too.
Oh, good. Let me see if I can open everything up here. I'm all crushed down tiny.
I've been running through this question with everybody, but I gotta ask you now since you're here.
Uh-huh.
$1 million over cured epilepsy.
$1 million. My family needs it.
Okay.
$1 million club.
I'd suffer, man. I would
hesitancy.
suffer for my family. Absolutely.
No hesitancy whatsoever there. Just full confidence, $1 million. Got it.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't want that cure to go back to your ice cream shop?
Man, I would, but nah, I can't. I mean, we moved.
Right now, it's so hot.
Too
It's
late
so
now.
Yeah, so I got another one about, we were talking about people like faking seizures and stuff earlier, and I have a post, but first I'm going to show the video. So
I'm gonna close my bedroom door in case anyone's listening, because I can't find my headphones right now. So.
I was just going to ask everybody, you guys make sure nobody's in the background, because
Yeah, hold on 1 second, because I don't want my husband to come running up the stairs and die again.
Oh no, not the ghost girl video again. Don't Don't
Oh,
hurt
you
him,
guys,
please.
Oh no.
you guys missed that day where
Wait,
she showed us the video of the seizure.
is it
We're
a
gonna
fake
watch.
or a real seizure?
It wasn't that bad.
It was real one?
Actually, it's not my thing to say.
I
I'm not gonna say
I
it wasn't that bad, but
I've never seen someone have I've only known myself to have seizures, and my mom's like, it's really traumatic to watch, but I've never seen a seizure myself. So this will be a first for me.
Get a nanny
So
cam.
I've seen Pookie.
I was looking for the video right now. But
And everybody's seen me.
Toaster,
yeah, I'm
it's
gonna show this
Jax.
video real quick. So turn your thing down if you got anybody worried in the background. Actually, there's not much noise to it. Let's see.
Oh my.
Oh god. Oh god.
Mm.
Yeah, that is crazy. People are out there faking seizures.
Wait, were they both faking one?
Yeah, he touched them and then like laid down next to them and started pretending. I'm
So
pretty
the
sure that
first
guy wasn't
guy,
having a seizure because his friend
okay.
wouldn't just do that. You would have to help him instead of laying next to him and
Yeah.
trying it out.
Why wouldn't you support the head or like try and if you can get them on their side or something? You know, those are the first, and then you time it and stuff. Everyone's just watching. That's very odd.
Yeah, so the post that said that, and someone said, I'm going to rant about these videos. It says, these kind of videos always will run me the wrong way. It says run me the wrong way, but I'm going to take it as rub me the wrong way. And even piss me off a little. But what's worse are the comments on these types of videos, making jokes about it and stuff. I'm one for dark humor and stuff, but joking and acting out or laughing about a medical condition or disorder, especially if one has bad epilepsy, that's taking it too far, beyond too far. As someone with myoclonic epilepsy myself, I say for sure that epilepsy is the scourge of life of almost everyone who has it. Seeing people fake it or pretend to have a seizure just for clout is beyond insulting. Epilepsy is for life. People, what the fuck is wrong with you? I know that insensitive stuff, like this is all over the web, but I'm tired of seeing it over and over and over again. Even when someone just saying, oh, look, he's having a seizure, when someone shakes, making me hot. What about a neurological condition is funny? Maybe the soreness of the limbs after a seizure, the pain, the jerking itself, the way your body betrays you. Maybe I'm biased, but I'm taking this video very offensive and personally, especially with my extensive past with my condition. What do you guys think? How do videos make you feel when people play like this?
I'm really interested in what people who have tonic-clonics think because personally, I don't care, but I think it's fair to be offended by it. And I also have seizures you can barely notice, so I'm interested in tonic-clonic people.
As someone who
Hated
has,
it, absolutely. I'm gonna
as
find
someone
out.
who has,
Has her hand raised.
Yes, I have early on in not my career, um, was recorded when I lived out in Las Vegas, and it was posted to the person's Twitter, and it took months and months and months to take down.
My my mom works in HR, and it's actually incredible what people will record. One of her employees went down and had a seizure or something, and or passed out. and someone started recording it, and they have cameras there where you can zoom in and you can see everything going on in your phone. So this person's like joking, like, look at this person spazzing on the ground.
Yes, there were comments
Yeah.
of all sorts, from prayer hands to she's faking it.
Yep. And I've had seizures at work, and I would feel so uncomfortable if someone was recording me and then posting it without me knowing. Like, I was walking in Chicago and there was a street photographer that was just taking pictures of me, and that even made me uncomfortable, let alone recording someone having something that could kill them. That could be the end of my life right there. Like, and you're just recording, making jokes out of it. But I mean, whatever floats your boat, I guess. It's just that makes me really uncomfortable.
Wouldn't it
Yeah,
fall
like
under
I remember like
two-party consent laws? Like, wouldn't you legally have to give your consent in order for them to be posting it? And if you don't, in some jurisdictions,
A lot of trouble for recording, like a lot of trouble. She was put on a final, so they
Not
took it seriously. But I don't know how it worked for you.
It's called a one-party consent state.
Oh,
Nevada's one, North Carolina is one.
Yeah, see,
And
is it
all the consent you need is to be there yourself.
So
well,
if you're
well,
like,
I got a question. Like, does Florida like has a law like that? Like, if they're recording someone that's going through through a bad traumatic event, like such as seizures and stuff like that.
I don't know. I need to look that up. I'm wondering if it's more common to like one party or two-party consent if it's
I know Rhode Island is a two-party consent state, so it's definitely not everywhere. I don't know what the state's ratio is, but
Yeah, I mean, because like with Florida, Florida is like a Republican state. But basically, with Florida, like you could get away with anything. Like you could get away with anything, and and it's kind of such a bad traumatic turn, I believe. But with someone who has seizures and stuff like that, I remember, I remember like there was like during my fourth year, so it was like the beginning of 2018. I remember somebody had a seizure, and the person had recorded, and the person had recorded on, I believe, on Snapchat and stuff like that, and it had like thousands of views, and people were like laughing at it, and it was kind of sad.
it's the only like reason to record someone having a seizure is for like medical documents. Like if my mom were to record it for like my doctor to see, but to post it onto social media and to use it for your own like laughing factor, I think is where we start to turn the corner of like what's going on here. But to be fair, we live in the new age of um we live in the new age of everything's recorded. People are always recording, and
I feel like I can trust all of you when I say this. But yeah, I've had medical professionals take pictures. There was 3 different nurses that had to take pictures of my yeah, because I got in a bike accident and had to get stitches down there.
Sorry.
So 3 different nurses came in to take pictures with their cell phones to show the doctor, but I knew that those pictures were at least safe. It was not going anywhere after that.
At least you hope so.
Brandon, did they ask like?
Oh, sorry, your voice cut out. What was that? What?
Did they ask you if they could do that?
Yes, every time. Yes.
So thank you for sharing that.
I can trust all of
seriously.
you. We've been through horrible experiences together. It's okay.
I feel like, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like this hurts certainly women. I don't know about other demographics of people, although I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
I feel like I'm old. Like I'm older than I look. I know I look really young. Thank you. But I feel like like the doctors looked at me and were like, "You look super young and you're hot." So you obviously went on TikTok and saw what a seizure looks like, and then came to us because you have a mental health condition. So I feel like I don't care about, like, I don't give a fucking shit about these videos. I don't go on TikTok, but like I do think ultimately they hurt people like me and Annie and probably more women and I'm sorry, Olivia. Yeah.
Whatever, you loofah, whatever. I just came up with it one day. Can I ask how old you are? Because you literally look like you're 27.
You
Stop
do.
it. I look like I'm 14. I'm 35.
All
Oh,
right.
same
not
age as
old.
me.
Yes, you do look younger than 35.
I need whatever,
Huh? Brendan Belbot, what?
whatever's keeping you young. Maybe
Taylor
Chain
was
smoking.
19.
Chain smoking.
here, everyone's looking young and fresh.
Epileptics are hotter than other people. I'm convinced after seeing everybody. Like somebody will mention their age, and I'm like, you're literally 14 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I just had my 49th birthday, like
Happy birthday!
5 days ago or something. Yay!
You don't look it.
Happy birthday! You look
Thank
14.
you.
Happy birthday, girl.
Thank you very
Happy
much.
birthday, Sailor.
Yeah, and
Happy
you know
birthday.
what? We had our
Sailor.
22nd wedding anniversary like 5 days after that. So
Nice.
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 Been busy.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Well, I mean, like, I don't know if people don't understand, but like, I turn 29 tomorrow.
Wait,
On
yeah.
you look very young.
Happy
Sarah Mom,
birthday.
did you get married when you were 10? What the hell? What?
What?
You're
Man, come
funny. I
on
was
now.
28.
I asked
That's hot.
Sailor Mom.
That's hot.
I have 5 kids.
You said 22 years of marriage?
And they're all teens or older, so
You're
I have a
you're
question.
wild.
Oh,
You're wild.
What age do I look?
hey, you got that.
14.
Who asked that?
14.
30.
30. Yes, I'm 35.
Okay, but you're still giving 30.
Right.
Yeah. I'm proud of my white hairs.
I don't even see them.
Oh,
I
We're
have
all-
lots of
they are
white hair.
there.
We're
They just
all
happen to be purple
beautiful.
right now.
We're all beautiful.
Guys, we're
You're
so
rocking the
hot.
purple.
It's fucking insane.
Cool,
It's like disgusting.
42.
Speedy
How come I
rock.
didn't get that younger thing?
Angel, you don't look 42, and Jeff, you don't look the age you said you were.
Jeff looks 14.
You
Every
don't.
day, I am every day of 77
Oh, you're not the
and
Nah.
aging
Be good,
rapidly.
Jeff.
day.
Growing older, but not up.
Jeff
Yes,
doesn't know.
definitely growing older, but not up.
Jeff,
The
I
oldest,
actually
wisest
really
person
thought
I
you were
know.
50.
Yeah, really, Jeff. You look
I was
like
50
my dad at
27 years
49.
ago.
You look great, Jeff.
You do.
You got a great
Thanks, I
attitude.
feel like crap.
Well, we're here for you.
Yeah.
That's what keeps us young. We all feel like shit all the time, and it just like exudes like youthful and like
It's the muscle workouts from all the spasms.
Oh yeah,
Right.
It's not that for me. It's the arthritis in every joint in my body.
Oh my god,
Mhm.
jet ski the other day. That was fun. That was awesome.
Wait, you cut out. What'd you say?
I rode a jet ski.
I've
Oh,
never
nice.
ridden a jet ski.
cool.
I've never driven anything before, so that was my first
Mhm.
driving in my entire life, and I love the water, and because I used to be a swimmer, so I love the water and riding a jet ski. I hit the top speed of 60 miles an hour, and I was like, if I have a seizure, this is the perfect time because this is like the best thing ever. Like
I'd rather
die
die while I'm living than live while I'm dead.
like some people are like, but you
I've only driven
the
a jet
water.
ski a couple times,
Like,
but
what do you
hell
mean?
yeah.
So I'm gonna go in the water. Like I'm gonna live it to the fullest at this point.
Get like a boat with sails. Then, if you like have a seizure, okay, you're on the boat, but also you're gonna lose the wind and you're just gonna end up like not moving.
Not
So
always.
not always, but like how far are you really gonna go? Like, come on.
But there,
I know my
I know a
plummeter.
lot of
If it has
drifters.
a motor, you're just gonna keep on going.
If it has
Well,
a
yeah,
motor,
that's
you're going
true.
straight into it.
Straight into the pier.
On it and spazzing out. Whatever.
This is not good for intrusive thoughts. This is like worse than the sardine conversation.
No,
What happened if you didn't have
No.
epilepsy though? These things that we're talking about.
We need
could
to
happen
have
if
these
you didn't have
intrusive
it.
thoughts
So
here.
I would have
you know.
fears if I was on the sales.
What was that?
I would legit be feared if I was on the river. I could touch the water, but there's no way I cannot be on the river by a
Oh,
boat.
I was thinking ocean. That way you can't like just steer into the side and.
Okay, Pookie, what's the next question?
Yes,
All
let's get
right.
back. Let's get back.
Put it on the Reddit, but I
Yeah,
swam with dolphins.
I like the opinions, you guys. We're gonna help somebody. Somebody's gonna see this and say, "Oh, that was my question." So I got one that says diet, vitamins, and epilepsy. I've been reading about the importance of diet and epilepsy. Also, how some vitamins and minerals can be beneficial. Can folks share what they have found works for them or to avoid? Are there books, websites, and helpful information? I really appreciate all the grateful advice that I've found in this community.
Does
I'd
anyone
say-
have any like actual books or places to throw out first?
Yeah,
Because I feel like this might all just be personal experience.
Yeah.
no, I don't know any books.
Well,
I'm muted right now.
You want
for me, like, I read books. I read books. I mean, like just I mean just I like I mean I read this one book called Sovereignty by Ryan Mickler. I mean like I don't know if that would work. And I would say also The Alchemist by Paulo. I forgot his last name. But I mean like but those are the only two books like I can really like think of. And the only reason I say that because like because I read a lot of books. Like I'm like right now I'm on book number 15 this year.
Nice. I haven't read one yet, not even a page.
We have some folks in the group at the moment who like myself have trouble reading like even just a chapter or two.
Me too.
Yeah,
So-
I'm gonna go back and read that chapter because I don't remember the beginning.
Yeah, I know. So the fact that you're on book 15 is impressive, my man. Got to give that to you.
Can you read me a book? Because it's not happening.
Very difficult.
Well, I mean, like it takes practice sometimes. I mean, because like I don't really be like outside like that all the time. I live in the capital of Florida, so like I just like, I mean, so I just highlight. I'll just highlight, take notes, be like because like that's because I learned that from high school.
Yeah.
So
And I guess but does anyone have any other books that would relate to epilepsy?
So I
And
got
like
this book
diet,
here. Can
I
you
guess.
see it?
Go ahead.
What was
again.
that?
It's called Thriving Beyond Seizures. It's a holistic approach to epilepsy management, offering empowering strategies and practical tools. It's decent, easy. So for all of you that you can't put down a chapter because I'm the same way. It's got to be like quick and easy. So this is good. Thriving Beyond Seizures. I could put it in messages too, Pookie.
I'd rather you just put it on the page for the Epilepsy Universe, then we can
Okay,
actually
yeah.
go back to it.
Okay, we'll do.
Take
for
a
sure.
picture.
well, like could you
That
type
would
it
be good
on
advice
Zoom?
Take a picture.
Take a picture. I will do that. What was the other thing? Was that you, Angel?
No, I'll like it was me. I'll like could you type it like in the chat?
Yeah. I'll do all of the above.
You definitely got
If
to
you
go in
forget,
there.
we'll let you know.
Got
You
it.
definitely got to go in there and say, "Remember me from Zoom?"
I'll do it. I will do it.
Might get a few no's because nobody remembers, but yeah, that's for the diets and vitamins. I've been taking this B12 for about 6 weeks and I haven't had a focal. I'm just saying,
B12's
maybe it's
great.
just me. Maybe you might need some, and they're gummies. And shout out to Nature's Made. I'm looking for sponsors. Anyhow,
Pookie, you take 3,000?
I take 3,000 per serving, but I take 2 a day. I was doing 3, but I was like, maybe let me go back down to 2. Maybe I don't need the third. But they said that our medication kind of sucks I don't know if that's the exact word, kind of sucks the vitamins out of us. So I started
That is
taking
true.
2 instead of 3.
But you do it twice a day?
Yeah.
Can I jump in on that?
Go ahead.
Cookie, does that
Yes.
say mg milligrams or mcg micrograms?
MCG, isn't that micrograms?
Yeah, that's micrograms. And you're taking 3,000 micrograms?
Extra strength.
Yowza.
That's like
I'm not taking enough. Okay.
Yeah.
I take some stuff too, because they said that my stuff, the Dilantin, drags all the calcium out of your bones and your teeth. And having already had children, they were concerned about that. So yeah, I take what the heck is this? It's the Kirkland one, but it's like oh, crap. What is it? 500 milligrams of calcium. So like 1,000 milligrams of calcium a day, 160 milligrams of magnesium, 20 milligrams of zinc, 2 milligrams of copper, and 40 milligrams of vitamin D3. I used to take more D than that, but I haven't bought any more. And then the folic acid to help the calcium stick, very important. And then what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, like Pookie said, B12 or a B6 complex, right? Something like that.
Can I add on like a off topic, just like something that I found is useful for people that don't understand how to help people that are in the middle of a seizure? A good way to help them understand how to take care of the person is to explain to them, treat me as if I were drunk and almost choking on my own throw up, and then kind of start to understand it a little more. I don't know if that would help, but it's helped some of my acquaintances understand that better.
I feel like if more people thought of it that way instead of the, stick a wallet in your mouth crowd that we still unfortunately have,
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, but if more people did think of it at least at minimum, like just turn me on my side like I'm about to puke as a drunk person, we'd have a lot less confusion
Oh,
about
we
it.
go healing. Just Narcan him.
Well, yeah, there's that too, and you have a lot of police officers who are incredibly uninformed about epilepsy, and so they look at a seizure as a drug overdose. So then they just Narcan you, which does nothing for our condition. We need lorazepam, in that situation.
Well,
But
thankfully my mom is like,
oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
She took a seizure class thing on how to help someone, so she's certified. So if you guys need someone to fly out there real quick to help you, on her way.
Okay. Toaster has asked me to show off my bling. I don't know. I can't get it good.
Tell him what it
Sorry.
says on it. In all caps.
It says, "Don't Narcan me."
Don't Narcan me.
Nice.
I have nasalium in my pocket.
Nice. My mom thinks that she's gonna put that on my next round of bracelets because I have lost them. Surprise, surprise.
Where do they go? It must be the gnome.
There was something I wanted to say, but I forgot what it was. Something that went along with something Lufa said, but it's not coming to me.
It's okay. I forgot too.
Yeah, we'll get it together.
It'll come back at some point randomly.
It's like
Can I
right
ask a
there on the
medication
edge.
question?
Right there.
We had a staff meeting at my work yesterday, and one of the things that came up was you had to make a group of like 3-4 people and come up with ice cream flavors with names that sort of connected to my work because a local ice cream place was going to be making a flavor just for us, and nobody could think up names. So my thought was like, of course, we're all going to be thinking up names in like 4 hours, and we're going to be texting our director at like 3 in the morning, being like, "Oh, I remembered this. What about this? What about this?" We all have ADHD and forget things. Sorry.
Yeah, that didn't help me.
No, I know it didn't.
I'm
What
just
was going to
kidding.
help? What
I
was
was
going to help?
diagnosed
Come
at
on.
4 in the waiting room.
So I worked at an ice cream shop for 7 years, and managed and was an ice cream cake decorator. And we used to auction off make your own flavor certificates like 5 times a year for local schools, and families would come in and they'd have to make up a name for it, and as well as the entire flavor, and then they'd get to make it in the machine and everything, and then we would actually sell like 15 or 20 gallons of it in the shop. So yeah, I've heard some really odd names, and I've helped make up some really interesting ice cream names. So if you need some help.
Well, among 25 people, we came up with a lot of good names.
Oh, good.
So yeah, there's a lot of options to choose from.
All right, excellent. That is awesome. Yes, I've heard a lot of really fun ones. People can be very creative.
Also, that sounds really cool, managing an ice cream shop. Just saying. Sorry to distract again.
It was amazing. Like, we had our 80th anniversary when I was there. Oh, God, so good. Family owned. So cool. Yeah. The year before I got diagnosed, I painted the whole shop. 20-foot ceilings. Bad idea. But I didn't know.
None of us want to be up on a ladder anymore, right? I think we can all agree. None of us want to be on a ladder anymore.
It's
I'd rather it be me than my father.
Not for me.
I miss it.
Oh, okay, going skydiving? All right.
I'm skydiving, I think.
I'm going skydiving just so I can tell everyone with epilepsy we can do it.
Just a big trip. We can all just take a big trip and, maybe die on the way. It's okay.
Yeah, maybe I can have a
The
vocal
worst
for like
thing
10
that
seconds
could
and come back.
happen is
I had to explain to somebody what, because they were like, "Oh, epilepsy." They're like, "Why can't you just work?" And I'm like, okay. I was like, epilepsy can be like deadly, and I'm not at a place right now where I can just work. And they're like, "How is epilepsy deadly?" And I'm like, did you ever watch Jessie? Did you ever watch the show Jessie? They're like, "Oh yeah, I watched that. Hey, Jesse, Cameron Boyce." I was like, he died of epilepsy. Like, oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. And I'm like, wow, it's so like.
How do they not realize that? That's just insane. Like, it was so viral too when he
I'm
passed
sorry,
away.
shut up about the nanny cams. God damn.
We've yet to see.
I'm
But
not
people
being mean. I'm sorry.
unless it's like, unless they want to understand. It's not like they're willing to understand. It's if they want to understand. Frustrating.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So oh yeah. I need to comment on like above it, but like don't be like me. I mean, like if you're a big guy and have epilepsy and you work at a nightclub, don't do it. It's not worth it. And it's not worth it. I worked at 2 nightclubs. It was the one at Bullwinkle's, and then the second one was like at Bauhaus, and Bauhaus like normally does like Latin nights. So I would be in the front of the stage actually watching people and breaking up fights.
So,
All that.
so for you, for you guys, do like flashing lights and loud music or like nightclubs, things like that, do those cause you to have seizures?
Okay, something you just said, 3 of those things I'm going to be around in the next few weeks. You said lights, loud music, and what else was there?
Like just like how it's presented to you. Like if lights are flickering or whatever, like that's like it's gonna cause someone to have epilepsy. Because for me, I've been to many concerts and a lot of flickering things, and while I just don't like a lot of too much sensory overload, it's never caused me necessarily to have like a seizure. Like when I went to the study, they started flicking on and off the light and whatever. I was like, it just feels like I'm at a concert again. Like I don't really know. But if I were to do, let's say, like choreography, if I were to need to do something that's choreographed that I need to think before, during, and ahead of, it's going to cause me to have a myoclonic jerk or a seizure, like a big seizure. Like TikTok dances, for example. If I have to do a TikTok dance, which I don't have to do a TikTok dance, by the way, but when I see people like, hey, you want to do a TikTok? I'm like, no. And they're like, why? I'm like, I'll have a seizure. Or like I'll start jerking. Like my body will start jerking around because it can't keep up with the dance or whatever is going on, or like which is why I like the jet ski, because it's not like, it's just easy because you don't really have to like think the way you would with a car. But it's just like dancing is just something that I know will set off my seizures, and I know will like cause me to have a really rough day, even if I just try like a little one. And it sounds really silly because I always expect it to be like just flickering lights or something weird, like not weird, but something like regular like that. Whereas for me, it's TikTok dances and thinking. I don't know. My brain gets overwhelmed and like shuts off and just seizes.
No, you're right there. I mean, 'cause sensory overload is a thing. I mean, but it's not the
too. So it's like it's already there for me. But
because I can't sleep with any light. It has to be completely darkness. Like I wear my sunglasses everywhere. I even wear them indoors.
I do too.
And I don't want to look like a douchebag or anything. And people like I'm walking around indoors, like take the sunglasses off.
I had a guy who I don't know for certain, but he claims he has a psychology degree, who said that because I was wearing sunglasses when it was semi-dark, it made me look like it was like something that's common with psychopaths. And I was just like, dude, I just hate fluorescent lights.
For real.
Oh, and halogen lights too.
I'm not about to go kill someone. I just hate fluorescent lights.
I wear sunglasses inside all the time.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for us.
I lost my glasses recently.
I do have to actually bring up though, a lot of people think that most people who are epileptic are photosensitive epileptic, but I think the actual percentage is, I think we brought this up before, Pookie. It's 1% of the population of people who have epilepsy. So it's like 0.001 when you really think about it, you know.
Yeah.
So M, you are recognized. You are recognized, and we love you for it. Okay. You don't worry. Okay. Not all of us have it, but you do, and you're appreciated for your bravery in going out in any light situation.
Get an Annie can. Anyhow,
You're the 1% of the
about the
1%.
So, oh yeah, I'm going back to the lights and stuff. I'm going to see The Weeknd in a few weeks, so I'm gonna get to see how the lights and the music and everything works. I'm gonna go live too on YouTube, and I'm gonna see how these lights and stuff will bother me. And I'm on the floor in the 8th row, so I'm gonna really see these lights. And you guys, I'll let you know because it's on a Thursday, and then I'll be back on Friday, so I'll let you know how it went. If I let you know, you know what I mean. If I can't let you know, then you'll be on the Zoom by yourself because I won't join. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Pookie, where's the other I forget their names, but there were the two other sort of women who were helping run the live stream. Wasn't one of them
Kate and Sailor Mom.
Kate's not here right now.
Kate's not here. She'll be here in a little bit, but
wait, was she the one who's a doctor? Who's the person who was a doctor a few weeks ago?
Kate, she was what's it called? She was in medical billing. She wasn't a doctor. Did we have anybody who was a doctor? I'm not sure.
There's a woman. She was an Asian woman who had way more experience with all of this than any of us.
Courtney.
Probably Katie.
Sounds like Kate.
Probably Katie.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll be here. She'll be here.
All right.
She always here.
I'm just.
Both of my grandmothers were RNs, and my grandfather was a surgeon. Not exactly helpful, but.
Can we get them on the line?
Doesn't exactly osmosis down, though.
Also, I was telling Pookie, I was like, I wanted to get my father on the stream as like with all of us because so I have genetic epilepsy. So he's been dealing with this since he was like 20, and he was 18 when I was born. So it's like my entire life he's been dealing with, epilepsy sort of thing. I know, Toaster. I know. No, I can't do that because then everyone's gonna be. No, he's a narcissist.
My mother's a narcissist too, and she bashed my head in, and that's why I have epilepsy. So don't worry about it. But you can cut that too if you want, Pookie.
There we go.
You don't have to
She's
cut
gonna
this.
find
My
it
ex-husband
eventually.
was also a
Wait.
narcissist, and he bashed my head in.
Wait, take that three. My mom is a narcissist. My mom has stolen money from me. My mom has called the police on me while even tried to bash me in front of my whole family. And I remember one time I was at work calling for an Uber. She completely yelled and tried to get me arrested. And then she broke the car handle and blamed everything on me. And I had to pay literally $100 out of my own money.
Yeah, no, this is gonna sound horrid. The police aren't gonna listen to you. You are, you're a black male.
I'm a big black male. I understand completely.
It's
It's not funny.
discrimination of the. We all get discriminated against, but you're getting discriminated like. Anyway, she
I'm
knows the
sorry
system
that
well.
I mentioned the word narcissist because that brought up a lot of feelings for a lot of people.
Oh no, like the cops here in Tallahassee are like basically the Jim Crow laws. And I exactly left. I mean, like, there's no way times will ever get me anywhere.
Um,
Not in this lifetime.
so two
Don't cut that.
things. Back to the big black male thing. I hated when they say every time, I'm gonna cuff you for my safety.
Oh
I
my
always think
God.
it's like you're gonna cuff me for sure, just so you feel comfortable while you talk to me and ask me my name and all that stuff. That's the worst stuff. Uh,
That's something that I think like anybody who is not a person of color in this chat can like recognize but not really recognize. Like,
Mhm.
if we're having a seizure, we don't necessarily get immediately treated like we're drug addicts,
Well,
um to a certain extent. Obviously different areas will have different police officers, but like if I'm a white guy in the
you have more of a
Northeast,
chance
I have
of
more of a
someone
chance of the
saying, "Hey,
officer
medical."
not being like, oh, he's just having a drug overdose, you know.
yeah, a cop out here might let you drive away.
You're the ones that need the don't Narcan me.
Yeah, I actually I'm very uh uh I'm very big on that topic of because for me, for my experience at least, I think I've had a an experience that a lot of people don't get naturally, just being like a white, like decent looking female. Like I've gotten like really good support, and even that has been extremely minimal. So I've always been extremely aware, and I always like to highlight on the fact that just because we've moved somewhere up in the community in one side doesn't mean that somebody of a different race or a different religion or anything else has gotten to move up there as well. Because I had somebody who commented under one of my Reddit posts in the epilepsy subreddit that I believe was from Mexico, and said that they had horrible effects from Keppra too, but because they don't have the same kind of access as we do in America, just to please advocate for yourself for the people that don't have that kind of access. And even in America, marginalized groups don't have the access, and it takes an extremely long time or a lot of extra work to just prove something that shouldn't have to be proven in the first place, just because of a setup system that we already have going on. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would summarize it by saying profiling.
Oh, Kate, you're here. You just missed it. You were just called the smartest person with epilepsy. By
What?
Brandon.
Yeah.
Wow, that is the ultimate compliment.
He was like, where's the girl that was the smartest of all of us?
Please. You such a joke. But thank you, of course, for that compliment. Sailor Mom is here. That'd be
Yeah,
one of the smartest of us all.
Well, Sailor Mom was already here, and so
Okay,
obviously
okay.
we recognize Sailor Mom. That's a given. But
Mm-hmm.
I was like, where was the other woman who was super smart and made us all feel a little bit more, I don't know.
Annie can
less
cover for
smart.
me at any time. At any time, Annie can cover for me.
We can now call you Dr. Kate.
Oh, don't even.
Because of
Somebody's gonna have to block that part.
That was the thing. I was like, who was the doctor who was in this chat with us?
I was thinking about Courtney. She's a med student. But she had the sardine conversation. So I don't know if you were here about the sardine conversation.
I was here. Yeah.
No,
Sardines and yogurt.
No, stop it.
Yeah. Sardines and yogurt is like tuna and mayonnaise, she said. Basically, yeah.
Well, I was just at the doctor's office and heard again, like low iron, and they say it could change by the end of the visit, but lower end of normal. Yeah, doctor didn't sound concerned at all. Happy about that.
That's great. I know it says lower end of normal, but it's still normal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, happy to hear about that. And they didn't sound concerned about anything. So regular checkups are just as expected with a nurse practitioner. Totally just regular checkups. As long as you don't have any problems to bring up, around this area anyway. And they
No
are
nurse
satisfied with giving
nefarious
you a
this time.
clean bill of health.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, glad I could make it. So what's been everybody's favorite topic so far? Any more funny seizure stories?
I'm going to start with you. Would you take $1 million over epilepsy?
This was the starter. Icebreaker.
At this point, yeah. I know that could go far for the family. So I think it would be worth it.
That's what I said. I said, I suffer for my family. Yes, we need it.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
That's every mom, I
Can I
think.
change my answer?
You're in the
No.
minority here, but
Anybody want to change their answer? Go ahead, Jason. Talk about it.
Yeah, 1, 2.
I'll change mine for sure. I'm not rich. I just
Wait.
have the humility, I guess. I don't know, but I'll take the million, 100%.
I was thinking that. I was like, I'd take
little
$1 million because I've got my seizures down to like less than 5 a year. So I'm trying to get less than 3 and get it down and stop smoking tobacco, which lowers my seizure threshold. So I'm seeing how that go. And at first I was like, I'll take the $1 million because my seizures aren't that bad. But then the wandering off seizures lately, that's the bad part. But yeah, then I thought maybe if I don't take the $1 million and I don't have epilepsy, then I'd probably be able to make $1 million. But then I was thinking maybe that's not likely. It just sounds good to be able to drive and make money. But yeah. The next thing I had was Brandon. You said your dad had seizures as well.
Oh, yeah.
So you've seen a seizure.
Oh, well. So I didn't meet my dad until I was 26. So never actually saw him have a seizure because I've only actually been in the physical company of him once. So
It's okay. That happens.
sorry. I didn't mean to get all sad on us.
No, hugs.
So I got something else here. It says, what is something that you did that helped your epilepsy? I took my medication and got more rest and stopped smoking tobacco.
For me, like I did this TikTok video. I mean, like where I ran for like 2 minutes. I ran for 3 minutes. Then I took a walk for 2 minutes. So like I did all that and ran and all that and ran for at least like 45 minutes or something like that. Just to keep the heart pumping.
Like full out run or jog?
No, like just like jogging.
Okay.
Anybody else did anything that helped their epilepsy?
I find that like if when you have that sort of spiral feeling in your head when you know a tonic is about to come on.
Yep.
Doing like a quick it doesn't happen to you, Angel. Yeah. But doing like a quick like walking lap around my kitchen, like around the kitchen table, and then sort of walking to my bedroom and laying down helped. I think the physical movement helped. Um, but that was just for me, like moving around a little bit kind of distracted my brain
Mm.
and got it a little more back in tune.
Personally, I walk away from tables when I get that vibe, but maybe it's just me.
Oh, it was one lap around my kitchen. So like if I go from my living room, I'm immediately into my kitchen. I do one lap around the table and then it's straight into the bedroom from there onto my bed. So it's kind of like one line.
Like M said, I don't get a warning, I just go down, and yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
That
get
was a
a little
joke
bit
as
of
well,
that.
Brandon, and you answered.
Huh?
I said that was a joke I was saying, that I walk away from tables, and you went back and explained.
Oh, no, I understand. I
It's
actually
all
looked
right.
at you saying you walk away from tables as like a serious answer because, I mean, wouldn't most of us walk away from a hard corner?
Yeah.
No, that's how I get caught in the bathroom so many times.
I try to steer clear of my bathroom entirely if I feel seizure-y. Yeah.
I'm like
There
this.
was a question. There was a question from the past that I seen. It was, do you guys think about locking the doors when you go in public bathrooms? And I never thought of that. As much as I use the bathroom at the train station and stuff, I never imagined myself having a seizure in there and someone not being able to come and get me. Like, have you ever thought of that when you were in a public bathroom? If you were in a public bathroom, because some people just don't. And for some reason, I've never really locked the door behind me because I just go in there and pee and come out. So
I work in elementary schools. I work around like kids who are between like 6 and 11, so I need to lock the bathroom no matter what.
I wonder if
I
this
don't have a
person is
choice.
not in the States because we have you can see right into the bathroom in the States, but if you go overseas, they actually it's like you're in a room. So maybe that's this person's question.
yeah.
Like for me, honestly, like I would have to keep the bathrooms like locked, especially especially when I'm on the Greyhound, Redcoats, or A type bus. To be honestly, like I mean, like I don't want people to be looking at me, like I mean, like because like I get these because I get a weird vibe when I get a weird vibe when people look at me like when I'm in the bathroom. So that's why I close like right away.
Toaster.
I I'm pretty sure I've said this in other videos, but me and my mom have a little, Marco Polo each other.
That's a good one.
So I can be in the bathroom, and if she thinks that, wait a second, this is taking a while, she'll say Marco, and if I don't say Polo, she knows to come in. And it gives me privacy and her knowledge that, okay, she's okay. Or, oh crap, I need to get in there.
That's a good one. I stopped locking doors. I stopped closing doors. Like the bathroom door is different. I can close the bathroom door. I don't lock it. But bedroom and stuff like that, I keep my door open until I do this because I don't want anyone to walk in and start talking and stuff. But I heard something earlier where I think it was, I forgot who said it. I think it was Lufa that said people aren't gonna want to learn things to like help us. And when she said that, I thought of like people really don't want to learn. So, you can't really find people around you who want to learn. But I had a situation to where when I had my first seizure, someone who was there told me that the teacher ran to the office to get the nurse. So there was just students around me. And yeah, when I think about it, there's like cops and teachers I think should really know more about epilepsy. Because if a student goes down and that teacher's like my teacher was and just run off and go get the nurse, like didn't even call the nurse, she went and got the nurse. So yeah, people should try to learn something about it in certain positions when they get jobs and stuff, especially where you have to be around kids, I think, but it's personal opinion.
My actual like favorite student, I don't know if I've mentioned this in the past in any of the live streams, but my favorite student that I taught was a little girl who had epilepsy. She was also on like very much so on the autism spectrum. She had like, you know, an IDD. And like her knowing that I was there for her as someone who understood what she was going through epilepsy wise made her so happy. And like by the end of the week, she was running out to the class that we teach and bear hug tackling me because she was so excited to see me, you know.
Wait, wait, I got a question about that, and I got a question about it. I don't want to be funny and stuff like that, but like
yeah,
I don't want to be funny and be a dick about it, but but like does I mean like does does your student have how do I say it, Asperger's?
well, so she's on the autism spectrum, which at the like right now.
Oh wow.
If I remember right, Asperger's and the autism spectrum are both Asperger's is an old term, and it's just all one spectrum now.
Yeah.
They like
So an IDD is an intellectual or developmental disorder. So that sort of is the preferred way of referring to someone who is on the autism spectrum or has any sort of developmental issues.
Ah.
My family just uses a neurodivergent now.
Well,
Yeah.
so
It makes it
neurodivergent,
sound cool.
yeah, neurodivergent is more like the way one thinks in terms of like if they were, you know, in a certain situation, they would respond in a certain way. But like an IDD, which is, like I said, an intellectual or developmental disorder,
Yeah.
that is what like someone who is like I'm using the term with quotation marks, but someone who's autistic, Down syndrome, like you know, what the? I'm so sorry, folks. I'm walking up the street and I almost got ran over by a car.
Oh dear God.
So sorry. But yeah. So yeah, I'm done. I'm sorry. We can
Get home safely.
Look both ways.
Oh,
Get home safely.
I did. They did not.
They didn't, right. Oh God. Be careful, please.
Anyway, people continue to talk. I'll listen as I'm walking.
Okay.
I love the information. I love the information. The information I have is already out of date because all the information I got is from my mom, who has been retired for the past 5 years. So
Yeah,
things change
all
every
throughout
year.
On what?
all throughout my childhood, I was working with my aunt who like professionally works with adults with IDDs, so it's always kind of been connected to that and
Knowledge is
like
power.
been able to like respect people with mental health and just brain problems in general a little more, I think.
Yes.
What was the information on? Just like a quick summary, may I ask?
Oh, so the question was about I'm sorry. So there was neurodivergent, which is just the way that one processes information that's given to them.
Like an ADHD
And
person?
it kind
Yeah.
of
Well,
it's
I
like
ADHD is wrapped up in
I
neurodivergence along with
yeah,
the
there's a
autism
lot.
spectrum disorder.
I
Right
was just
now, that was something that happened with the DSM-5 back, I don't remember how many years ago. But the DSM-4 is the one before that that had Asperger's as a separate diagnosis from autism spectrum disorder, which is when I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome in 2004. And at that point, the only diagnostic criteria differentiating Asperger's syndrome from autism is um, no delay in the development of language. So I started speaking at a normal, slightly early age, and IQ
well,
at
haven't I
average or slightly above. So those two alone, all other diagnostic criteria for autism I would have met at that time. But with the shift from the DSM-4 to the DSM-5, they now have autism spectrum disorder broken up into three different levels, like level 1, level 2, level 3. And those levels are differentiated based off of the
functionality?
support need, functional support needs of the individual.
I was just
A
asking
lot
that.
of people actually would fall into sort of a lower level, and we just haven't sort of acknowledged that.
I haven't recognized them yet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not recognized, but a lot of people are what
I
we would say, quote unquote, on the spectrum.
Yeah, but a lot of people also misunderstand the way that Asperger's got kind of balled up into that diagnosis. A lot of people, even a lot of people in the autism community, think that Asperger's syndrome is just now autism spectrum level 1, which isn't necessarily the case. A lot of people, like myself included, who was diagnosed with um, Asperger's syndrome, would now meet the diagnostic criteria for level 2 autism. Um, I don't do well on my own. I need more support than a level 1 autistic person would. So, spread the knowledge when people ask,
Definitely.
well, I was just asking because I heard autism because I have autism as well.
Hey, nice, join the club.
So there's
Or
another one here
part of
kind
the
of building on that, that what we're determining from what you guys just said is that autism and ADHD are both considered intellectual disabilities. Does that fall under that umbrella?
Yeah. ADHD, well, at least did when I was diagnosed with ADHD.
I
Um,
and I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Lufa.
I'm sorry. I find that the ADHD is more of a disability, whereas the autism is just me thinking differently from everyone else, and then neurotypical people claim it to be a disability when really it's just like I just don't socialize like others, and I don't need to, and I don't
That
understand.
doesn't sound like a limitation.
Well, autism doesn't I feel like autism doesn't have to be a limitation unless depending on where you are on the spectrum and, you know, where you are and getting help. But it doesn't have to be like such a taboo topic if people without it didn't make it a taboo topic, because it's not as bad as they make it out to seem. Like I said earlier, that I was taught growing up that autism and Down syndrome are the same thing, and they are not the same thing. So it's a topic that's vastly misunderstood, and that I think like my aunt, well, I don't think she was necessarily, I don't know, people make it seem like I can't get a job now because I have autism, where it's because of my epilepsy and it's because of the ECT I received. My autism has never held me back. I did drop out of school because I was being abused by the teachers for having autism, but it was undiagnosed because they said it was just I wasn't autistic enough, but I wasn't enough.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
That's
It's
terrible.
okay.
That
That's
is
literally
terrible. I should not have
literally the way.
laughed. Not autistic enough.
Yeah, I wasn't autistic enough for them, and I wasn't like the happy autistic enough for them.
Jeez.
But
Happy autistic?
I
I don't understand what that means.
like
Yeah, like
they,
yeah, like I remember, like, bro, I remember when I was at Florida State, like a lot of people. I remember Florida State, like my professors like looked at me like in a weird way because I had I had the same thing for like autism and for my chemistry classes I remember the first day when I got to biochemistry. It was like in the fall of 2018, and I remember like saying to myself and like and you know, and not to mention like it was a there was a real smart biochemistry professor at that time when I was at Florida State, and I told myself like, man, I was like, man, damn, like I am really gonna fail biochemistry, and they know me with autism too, like but like I mean, but like what I'm trying to say is that like not all professors are bad for if they help with autism, you know, because like
I'm sure it's come along. I'm sure it's come a farther way. Like I've had, you know, the tests done, and I've now have resources to help me. But growing up, it was, wow, the camera just zoomed out to my cat.
What's his name?
Show us your cat.
Tony.
The cat.
He likes to sit on my lap while I go to the bathroom as well. So but growing up autistic was really, really hard because it was, again, I wasn't autistic enough. So like I had learning disabilities, but I also was extremely smart in other areas of school. So they didn't know where to place me. Was I too smart or was I too stupid? Like, and then there was the social aspect, like, oh, there's Olivia again having a meltdown, or there's Olivia, like, I didn't like, since I was a child, I don't like people looking at me when I go out in public. So I put glasses on because it makes the effect that people can't see me. So it's always, I've always had autism. It's just always been neglected by other people, by doctors and whatnot, whether they're trying to diagnose me as an emotional problem or trying to get attention, or just all these different things, which made it really confusing for me. But I take full, like there, if they hadn't had made autism so hard for me, it never would have been really a disability to me. It's something that my mind thinks differently, emotionally I think differently. Socially I think differently. I don't crave the social need of everyone else, and I think that it's a construct that is for people who need it, and that's fine. And it's for someone who doesn't, that's fine. If I don't like texting because it's feels like you're too accessible to me. And back in the day it was 2 to 3 business days. So I still go by that. You get 2 to 3 business days, 25 cents a minute for the phone call. It's just how my brain works, because I am fine on being alone because I'm not understood with neurotypical people where they want to have small talk. And I have no interest in that. I have zero interest in their small talk and this and that. I don't get anything out of it. And if I don't get anything out of it, why do I do it? You get something out of it. It helps you. It makes you happy. If I don't, it doesn't. So I'll do something that does.
Thank you for sharing. That's like a really crazy story. Kate also has her hand up.
Okay. So the point I was trying to get to when I shut off the computer by accident was a study that I was looking at that concluded that rest activity, that's not the fucking study. Okay, anyway, what I was trying to look at was another one that determined that 1 in 4 disabled adults with disability. Okay, no, this was the one that connected sleep to it. So this was another one that didn't go into the details on intellectual disabilities as much as how much the rest is connected. So it's something that we can pretty much all guess that, when you get less sleep or you don't get good sleep, your seizures can be worse or more frequent. But now it's kind of reassuring to see that they're actually doing.
I got something.
Yeah, I think did Kate freeze up for anybody else?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until she comes back. We got Melissa. Melissa, I got a question for everybody who comes today. The question today was, would you take $1 million over curing your epilepsy?
Would I what? Take $1 million
Yep.
or cure my epilepsy? I think I would cure my epilepsy.
Good answer.
I'm sick of this shit.
Oh, I was going to say why, but there you go. We're all sick of it.
Please take your medication as prescribed or whatever works for you. We're not doctors.